Hi all, happy Wednesday. Gonna lighten the mood, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what people are gonna get offended about anymore, and that's pretty much the topic of this video. Now, I was originally gonna show some gameplay for Doom Eternal, but I don't know if Bethesda's gonna spank me for that, so I've pretty much decided that this, when it comes out, is going to be a game I stream on Twitch, because I am a passable Doom player. I won't embarrass myself too badly, and I am so freaking stoked for this game, so that'll be fun, watching me play Doom. But the reason I'm talking about this now, I know I'm a bit late to this, but I took me a while and much prodding to figure out this is an issue. Oh, because this was so late yesterday, help support this channel, become a monthly patron, patreon.com/LeannaK, so I can do things like just play video games on Twitch and not worry about doing it for because you have to do it for a certain number of hours a month to monetize it. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of time. So, monetizing on Twitch is a commitment that I'm not ready to take yet. I've talked about why, but I do want to start doing it. It just has to be worth my while, and Patreon support makes it worth my while. So maybe I'll make it a Patreon perk that, they get advance notice of when I'm going to be doing stuff. Or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, Doom and why people find Doom Eternal offensive. And I admit that when people were like, what do you mean? What do I think about the Doom Eternal thing? It's Doom. I'm going to play it. No, the controversy. What controversy? And so I'm like, no, watch the trailer first. Then look up the controversy, because you don't want it framed. You don't want to be biased. And, I was like, whoa, he stabbed his heart and shoved it in his eye, and there's brains with guns on them like spiders, and he set him on fire and then punched his head off. And I love Doom. I completely missed. I caught the thing about the reference to transition and chuckled. I'm like, oh, cool. They're doing like a propaganda thing. They're doing like the airplane. I'm dating myself here, but the red zone is for unloading and loading of passengers only. The white zone is for, and it became increasingly stupider. That's what I thought. And this idea of propaganda and, spoofing political correctness in that way has been a mark of satire and farce for as long as there has been satire and farce in the modern age that we understand as satire and farce. I didn't think anything of it. And I found the lines funny. The thing about, I actually missed the mortally challenged line. At first I was too busy going, more fatalities, stab, rip in half. Yeah, cool. I was doing that. I was not paying attention to the dialogue at all by that point. I was losing my mind at the gameplay. So I looked it up and I'm like, what? The demon can be considered offensive. The correct term is mortally challenged, in the very happy voice. And somebody said something about it being anti-immigrant or something like that. Because there's a line, Earth is the melting pot of the universe. I completely missed that. I mean, it starts off by basically saying, you may notice a difference in scenery. And then it's like fire. And that primed me. I'm like, oh, cute. Okay, they're having fun with it. That's awesome. That's what I thought was going on. Boy, was I wrong. That threw me for a loop, that there was any controversy whatsoever. Now, it seemed like there were more people yelling about the controversy than actually taking offense. But there was enough people taking offense that people became aware of it. And this is sort of I'm surprised Doom went back here, because the Doom franchise has not always had the best track record with edgy marketing designed to offend the right people. There was something back in the day where it was something like John Romero wants to make you his bitch or something like that for a game called Daikatana. John Romero, of course, being of Doom fame. And so there's a bit of backstory to the offensive marketing thing. Sorry, I think I popped there, guys. But there's a bit of a backstory with Doom indirectly and edgy marketing. But the other side of that is that the Doom franchise has been the punching bag of perpetually offended outrage warriors fairly regularly, more than I think any other game in terms of them objecting to the violence and the this and that. It's funny because back in the day, you know, the issue with Doom was it was demons, and so it was going to offend, you know, the Bible Belt. And so when they made the movie, they couldn't make them demons. They had to be alien monsters, and it kind of made the movie less good because it took too long to explain. You're like, please, like, splatter something. Yeah, it made the plot too complex. That's the thing always been about Doom. It's like, oh, demons. Nobody feels bad about killing a demon. You know, that's Doom. But the perpetually offended get offended. And Doom has been a punching bag, a fairly high-profile punching bag for quite some time now. And so I think if any franchise has a reason to lean in to its reputation, I think Doom has earned it. So in this regard, I actually think it's pretty savvy marketing. It's going to make the people who like the game invest even more by hinging in a humorous way in the culture war and not trying to offend anybody, but knowing that even though they weren't trying, people were going to get offended anyway. The fact that they weren't trying, they were just trying, and I think succeeding to be funny, works because they weren't deliberately trying to outrage people. They probably just knew someone's going to take a crack at this and it's going to work out for us. So I actually think this was a smart marketing play because it actually fulfills the complaint I have about a lot of games when they market them. They don't say enough about what these games are and what they're about, especially with new IPs, which Doom isn't. But they actually tell me, what is this game going to be? Am I going to enjoy it? And adding little bits of humor into the gameplay trailer that they revealed give potential consumers the opportunity to opt in or opt out based on their tastes. And I think that's good. That's good marketing. I'm super excited. Somebody who doesn't like that sort of humor, it hits too close to home or something like that, they can avoid it if they want. And that's completely their right. I'm not going to look down on anybody who happens to be going through a sensitive time in their life and doesn't want to play Doom. I'll just keep my happy freaking out about Doom away from them, the way I'd like people to stop telling me quite so much about what they do in The Sims. But that's my take. And I thought it was funny. I'm super stoked for the game. So stoked that, yeah, I'm going to subject myself to Twitch. So I have promised. Now I've got to be held to it. Because my word is my bond. And the sword split the guy in half. And it's so awesome.